Welcome back, nieces and nephews. It's your old Uncle Ed. This time I am going to be showing um, a couple gifts I got from Josh, from Josh's Horrder Corner. I love that fucking opening. It's the best opening on YouTube. Um, One I'm confused over. Now, granted, I do like Japanese vinyl. Um, Figures. I do have several kaiju behind me, handmade and crafted, inspired by Japanese vinyl. But it says Hikaru Premium Japanese Vinyl, limited edition to 750 pieces. This is very cool. Josh is the Predator boy. That's why when I come across some things, even if it's on Google or here on YouTube, I immediately send it to him. That and Stephen King stuff. This next present he sent me is very cool. We happen to be talking about the artist Bernie Wrightson. Um, I've known Bernie since 1973, up until his passing. He would come to Chiller. We had him judging the art contest. Who better? Okay. Um, this is the note I got from Josh. I thought this may be a Funko product you would enjoy. And the other thing in here, hopefully, will bring a smile too. Okay, and this was some other stuff, but it's from Josh. He can write. He sent me the complete set of the Bernie Wrightson cards. I have two original pieces of artwork by Bernie in my collection. One was the finished pencil for a independent comic cover, and I have, I believe, I don't remember if it's a Wrightson zombie head or the Wrightson Frankenstein head. Um, I miss Bernie. He was a great guy, and I would run across Bernie at different conventions over the years, and it was funny. Here's an anecdote time. I was at Wonderfest in Louisville, Kentucky, and Bernie was a guest. So I went over to talk to him and whatnot, shoot the shit. I was a vendor there with my Dice Man Creations model kit company. So he comes over by my table, and we're shooting the shit. So he's sitting behind my table. People are coming up to Bernie, and he's autographing stuff for him, which is cool. And I just started, well, I don't give a fuck. I start busting his balls at my table. I'm like, boy, ain't this a fucking switch? Now, mind you, this is where with fans around it. He's like, what? I said, you were a prick back in the day when I wanted to get your autograph. And everybody around is like, oh, he called him a prick. I'm like, relax. At that time, we'd known each other. It was like well over 20 years. So that kind of relationship, when you have with people, um, it shocks people. But you know what? It's all in jest. It's fun. It's it is what it is. They're human beings, and sometimes they like to be treated that way. Um, there was one Wonderfest where I forget if it was the artist Joe Jusko, or another artist that was there. And they kept coming up to me. You're Ed? Yeah. You know Frank Frazetta, right? Yeah, I know him very well. I was just at his house the other day. He's like, did you tell Frank Frazetta to go fuck himself? I'm like, no. I don't know where you heard that from, but no, I never told Frank to go fuck himself. I said, fuck you, Frank. I never told him to go fuck himself. And even then, he's like, and he went and told some other artists that were there, and it got around. And I'm like, let me explain. I'm like, I'm sitting in Frank's studio. I'm sitting in the big easy chair watching the Met game on TV. Like me, Frank is a lifelong Met fan. So I'm watching Frank at the easel painting. I don't have, let me see, use a pen. And he's holding the paintbrush in his hand, and he's just like moving it back and forth with his thumb. And I'm watching him, and he does this a few times, and there's a Black Panther there. And I'm looking, I'm like, the fuck? He turns to look, gives me that look and that smile, like, you like that, huh? I'm like, fuck you, Frank. I could sit there for fucking 8 hours and not come closer to that. You're just doing this bullshit. And he just started laughing. Frank liked that about us. Me, Kevin, we bust his balls. But he liked it. When it comes to the art community, Frank is God. I was lucky enough to become good friends with him the last 5 to 8 years of his life with Miss Ellie. Um, Miss Ellie liked me. She considered me a part of the family. Um, I'm not going to say she didn't. She didn't yell at me, but she kind of told me where things are, and I'm not going to go into it. It's too big. That's something I got to talk to people in person about. I love Deli. I love Frank. Very, very good friends. Frankie Jr., great. The rest of the kids, besides the grandkids, love the grandkids. Um, the other two daughters and the little twerp could go fuck themselves. They could die tomorrow. I wouldn't care. In my opinion, they killed Frank. So fuck them. Um, that's all I got for you this go round. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question the next time I do a video. Thanks for sticking around. Peace. I'll see you later.